Hi Capricorn, welcome to your end of February 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Serena here. I'm going to really shuffle the cards. I've lit some sage to get the mood going on here. Oh, that's nice. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. And kind of brought this back out, which is nice. There's your card. I'm getting people's cards. The Devil card is your card. Wow. I'm getting Mother of Cups a lot, which is Cancer. Interesting. When certain cards keep coming up. Well, you know, I'm thinking back to astrological triggers, and there was a lunar eclipse in Cancer in January, and because Cancer is your opposite sign, that's going to be the seventh house for you. So there may have been some kind of situation occurring with a committed partnership, or an aftermath situation. And it doesn't have to be, when I say situation, it doesn't have to be ominous or bad, but simply that something went down. So let me just talk about these individual cards. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Cups. Isn't that a beautiful picture? And I think it looks like watercolor, like little dabs of watercolor, and then pen or ink, whatever you want to call it. So the Ace of Cups is about initiating love, the beginning stages of love, some kind of feeling of that something is in the early stages. This could be a new relationship with somebody who's even a water sign. Like I said, I have Mother of Cups, which is Cancer. I have Father of Cups too. I don't know the correspondence astrologically. The other water signs are Scorpio and Pisces. So, I mean, perhaps that's a possibility. Earth and water signs do have an affinity for one another, so that certainly would make sense coming from your perspective. So just wanted to bring that out into this. And this can even be a pregnancy in some cases. In the past position, we have the Five of Swords. Oh, by the way, the three... I'm sorry that I'm saying things that are totally not what these cards are. The Ace of Cups can be beginning a career, or perhaps wanting to begin a career in the healing arts. And we have in the past position here the Five of Swords, which is kind of like a lot of backbiting, gossip, deception by others, perhaps in the workplace. I always look at that Five of Swords cards as perhaps workplace drama. And the Ace of Cups can suggest that you're making a connection between the type of work that you're doing and how it attracts that kind of a mentality even. So you may be thinking, you know, when I start my Reiki practice, I'm not going to have to deal with this crap anymore. And really thinking in terms of how you're going to have more control over your environment and things of that nature, if this is something that you're planning on doing. Because when I see an ace, I think of beginnings for sure, new beginnings. And if it's a love relationship, then the Five of Swords can be this deceptive relationship, a relationship that was not respectful of you and what you're about. So somebody who perhaps was trying to fool you, was not really into you the way that they should have been, and you're not having it anymore. The higher message is the Devil card, and I would say that this is about, money can't buy you love. So I love how the hooves are on fire. I just think that's so funny. And you got to have that pentacle, right, in the third eye. Yeah, so just the idea of like, money can only go so far. Not that we don't need it and anything like that, but it can only go so far. And perhaps you are realizing what love really means to you, in the context of how somebody has acted, and perhaps it hasn't been the way that they should have been acting. But of course we can't control other people. But I really do believe that there is definitely an element of you here where you may have tolerated something. Maybe the person provided you a lifestyle that you felt was a step up from what you had grown up with. That wouldn't make you a bad person. I always talk about Venus and Capricorn. This is a hallmark of Venus and Capricorn. If your sun is in Capricorn, your Venus may or may not be there as well, but there is a fair chance that it would be, because Venus is never far from the sun. So, in any case, that may be something that you had to learn the hard way, or that you've had to learn the hard way. And also, by extension, if you're working in a place, if you're working with a pit of snakes, like the Five of Swords suggests, it may be saying, what is the price of happiness? What is the price of peace of mind? What crosses you is the Six of Cups. So if you're not where you thought you were going to be, maybe you thought you would be starting a family. This is, when I talk about pregnancy with the Ace of Cups, maybe this is wanting children for some people that don't have it. So I don't want to just assume it's one thing over the other. And if you're like in a different stage of life, I'm sorry if I'm not totally covering every base, because I just don't have that. The time constraints don't allow for me to go through every possible explanation, and I wouldn't even cover it then. But if you're someone who in your mind thought, okay, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be starting a family, and if you're a woman, saying, I'm going to, start a family when I'm 30, but I'm going to keep my job, I'm just going to go on maternity leave, and then I'm going to, and you had all these things that you were planning to do, and it didn't materialize that way. The Six of Cups, to me, is about going against the, that rhythm, because the Six of Cups can be about children, and so something is like blocking that. And I would say that based on the top cards, that it might be that you haven't found the right person yet. So first things first, obviously, as you're going through your 30s and you're a woman, you might be getting more and more concerned about it, but you have to balance that with, whether or not you want to be in a situation where you are acting as if, a partner is kind of like not necessary to have a child, or looking at it in those terms, but definitely reflect upon your relationships. If you are thinking of a career in the arts or in healing types, which a lot of Capricorns I think would be really good with, because you have like kind of an instinctual understanding of the human body in some cases. And so anything, be it a yoga teacher or a some type of energy worker, you may be looking at how much you get paid versus how much you can be guaranteed to be paid with your current profession. And that could be what the Devil card represents. But the Six of Cups it's like a holistic thing. Well, yeah, the holistic arts. We could say it that way. But the Six of Cups, when I go back to like having children or something like that, it's like turning your back on all of these things, because you may meet your perfect partner while you're doing that type of work. You know, if you're doing what you really feel a calling for, I think other things that are not even, you know, directly connected to what you're interested in can also fall into place. And therefore, and the converse is true too, that if you're not where you're meant to be, if you're doing things that are kind of like not aligned with what you're really about, then you may get further and further away from what your calling is and what your soulmate is. The Six of Cups is the soulmate, but I want to bring it, I want to broaden it to include everything that you've wanted to do in life, including having starting a family and things like that. So coming in is the Father of Cups. This can be a more mature male, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This can be a counselor that you trust to make sense of things at the moment, or it can be like a, you know, like some kind of an advisor, even a spiritual advisor. A father or father figure who is very sympathetic to you and your situation could also be featured. But this might be somebody that you meet or somebody who's already around you. Maybe this is the Ace of Cups individual that you are getting to know better. And the outcome is the Mother of Cups, which is the female version of this, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is connected to Cancer. It's connected to psychic ability and the healing arts. As a timing card, we are having a solar eclipse at 0 degrees of Cancer. So there's that unknown quality with the 0 that's on the summer solstice, or, you know, winter if you're down under. And that is a power period in and of itself. So the solar eclipse here at 0 degrees, to me, is a major reset button, and this will be happening in that relationship sector. So here you have just had a lunar eclipse, and then in several months you're going to have a solar eclipse here. So maybe that is the timing of a new relationship. If you're currently dating somebody, maybe like this King of Cups, you may be deciding to make a commitment to this person. But regardless, it's a very nice, this is a very nice reading for romantic situations. In terms of professional situations, you may have somebody who is a mentor, a spiritual teacher who helps you to hone your psychic abilities, like the Queen of Cups who specializes in, so that's good too. Okay, that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, the link to my online store is in the description box below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.